Now, I'm pretty sure some of you probably noticed those. And the smart ones of you probably, the not so smart ones, you're sitting on them. Well done. So just kind of don't touch your neighbor, but kind of don't touch your bum, but grab one of those and it makes noise. Let me hear that. Enough. It's always the right side that's too liberal on this. Okay, so you've heard those, and you can use them for creating noise and or potentially atmosphere. Good, I'm Daniel. Welcome to this year's Podim 2026 Pitching Competition. This is going to be good. First of all, great that you're all there. This is fantastic. I would like to introduce you in a second to our jury members that are over there. We'll have 5 pitches that are going to happen today. However, before I introduce you to them, I would like to talk you through the program. What's actually going to happen? I'd like to tell you how we're going to establish our winners today. And we've taken a process to actually make sure that it's very transparent. Let me talk you through this. So we're going to have 3 different types of scoring. Now, we're going to have the semi-final score. That's going to make 1/3 of the awards. That was pre-assessed in the semi-finals round. Then we're going to have the final jury score. That's the part they do over there. It's going to be based on the live pitch. And then you all come in. That's the last third. And this is the final audience score, and that's going to be based on the voting as well. All of your votes count, you know that. And each component contributes equally with points ranging from 1 to 5 per component. The points are then assigned based on ranking within each component. This is the most important thing of the whole evening. The highest ranked startup receives 5 points. How many points does the highest ranked startup receive? Please repeat after me. 5 points. Well done. 5 points. Great. And that means the lowest. Well done. Thank you. Now that means the lowest ranked startup receives 1 point. How many do they receive? Good. You can see that's why I also lecture in university. That's exactly the way we're going to do it. So 5 best, 1 worst. Good. The starter with the highest total score, that can be a maximum of 15 points, is then declared the winner. Good. Now, just to kind of go over it again, just in all depths, the semi-final score represents the overall strengths of a startup based on a detailed expert evaluation conducted during the semi-final round by a panel of 6 evaluators. It combines 3 key elements: the product's market validation, the team's capabilities, and the scalability and long-term business potential. Good. The final jury score reflects how compelling and convincing, all of you listen, a startup is during its live pitch. A panel of investors, them, and experts, also them, evaluates each presentation based on clarity, strengths of the business case, and overall investment attractiveness. Now, finally, you see, we decided we're going to do this verbatim, to get nothing wrong, to make this bulletproof. And finally, the audience score. It gives the audience, you, the opportunity to share your opinion by ranking the finalists. Now, this is very important. Assigning first place to the startup you believe should win, and 5th place to the one who's the weakest performer so far. In case we have a tie, the startup with the highest semi-finalist score, that's the most comprehensive scoring, will be selected as winner. Funny thing is, when I read things off charts like this, I always feel like an imposter because I normally don't do that. But we decided let's really make it bulletproof. So that's my imposter syndrome going through the roof. Now, yeah, so Francois is taking a very good look. These are actually our 5 finalists. You're going to, okay, fair enough. Now, I'd like you to meet our jury. And by this, I would kindly ask you to tell us who you are and what you do. Now, Francois, we'll start with you because you've been doing this for quite a lot of years. I know there's also different ways of doing it, but we're doing it my way. That's the best one. So we start with you, Sunshine. Tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm clearly the old man in the room here. It's my 7th year here, and so I think, Dan, thanks for that. I'm Francois from the company called Fundraising Bootcamp. I'm an ex-VC and an angel investor, and I've built this system for founders to raise without all the complexity and delays. With about 400 companies and $1 billion has been raised using our method.
Sweet. Great having you here. Matthew.
Hello, everybody. Matt Hennigan, my first year here. I am a principal at an early stage fund called Plug and Play Tech Center. Thank you for having me.
Great for being here.
Great to see everyone. Vuk Lau from Silicon Gardens Fund. Believe it or not, I'm an investor.
Great pitch.
Hi guys and girls, Dalibor Maranic from Vesna Deep Tech Fund.
Hi, I'm Nina. I'm from the Slovene Enterprise Fund. We're a public fund offering funding for the Slovene SMEs.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Tatjana from South Central Ventures, and we are the regional early stage investment fund.
Hello, I'm Grace Francisco. I'm originally from San Francisco. I was an executive at Cisco and MongoDB and Roblox and Atlassian and Microsoft. I have expertise in developer tools and platforms, and that's what I angel invest in. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining. So you see, we have an amazing jury. If you want, you can applaud or use the noise devices. Now let's talk about the startup rules for the pitch. Each of the 5 startups takes the stage one by one. Well, that's the obvious part, but you'll notice. They will be given 5 minutes to deliver their pitch, and we'll be very strict on the time there. A jingle will announce the beginning of the pitch. That means they start. And another jingle will mark the end of the pitch. Can't miss that one, right? Good, good. We've also established that none of you react wildly to flashy lights. Good that we've established that as well. After the pitch, we have 3 minutes for the questions. And we'll also have a timer starting and a timer ending that, just as you saw. So please make your questions count. Not long, complex questions. 3 minutes and 3 minutes alone. And after each pitch and the jury questions, the jury has to submit their score from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest. Could you maybe just show us your scoring cards? You've been given scoring cards. And then if you score, you hold them up. Good, you hold them up. And then I read the signs, right, loud, until Jana, who's over there, can all write them down. Hello, Jana. Everyone say hello, Jana. Hello, Jana. Thank you very much for making this work. They're special over there, aren't they? You put the special ones at the back, I can see. That's great. So, and once we have that, Jana gives me a thumbs up if you've got all of the notes. That's perfect. And then we continue. Good. And now you lot have to pay very special attention. We're nearly done with the rules. My half-Irish part is going like, I want to improvise. My half-German part is saying, yeah, I like this. I like this part. Gets complicated. I live in Austria, raised in Portugal, and my wife is Colombian. Go figure. My kids have a lot of energy. A lot of energy. Yes, I know. It was very clear rules at home. My wife was always right. If she's not right, it's either my son or my daughter. If not, Wi-Fi. Then it's me. Now, audience voting. Now it's your time to decide on that. What I'd like you to do is take out your phones now, but don't get distracted. Okay? Good. Make sure that you all have the apps installed, the app running, because you will need that later on, that you're logged in, that you have access to Slido, because without Slido, bad. Good. If you have installed it, good for you. Put your phone away. If you haven't installed, ask the next youngest tech-savvy person, Please assist me in using this device to voice my opinion. Good. Now, put the phones away. Yeah, you do that on an individual basis. Not me waiting until you're done. That's not how we do this. Good. The next person is going to... You're safe. You've got a rocket scientist next to you. Good. He's going to help you. If he can't fix it, we're doomed. Good. Good. Now, we have that. Goody. And now, I think without any further ado, we can actually start with the pitching. Isn't that right? Shall we start pitching? Good. So the rules are clear. You're all ready. You're ready. You're ready. Then, let's get the first team on stage. Welcome on stage to the first finalist. Come along, my friend. That's the part where you applaud. Good. Now, I'm assuming you might need this.
Probably, yeah.
Probably going to help. And without any further ado, whenever you're ready, and those are your slides, the stage is yours.
So, hi everyone. My name is Anže from DATANA. This is how we store 200 petabytes of data today, burning insane amounts of energy, and the data is under constant pressure from cyber attacks and imminent quantum threat. And this is how we will store it tomorrow. DATANA developed molecular data storage. We use synthetic DNA to store digital data. DNA is the densest data storage medium in the world. Once stored, it's stable for over 30,000 years without any electricity or maintenance. And the data stored in DNA is immutable, EMP, and quantum proof, making it virtually unhackable. Now, we developed a patented end-to-end system, including data encoding, DNA synthesis, and data retrieval. And this is not just science fiction. With Bitstamp, we were the first company in the world to store a crypto wallet in DNA. With Slovenian Ministry of Defense, we have a paid pilot, and with iStore, Swiss-based secure data storage provider, we just signed a commercial agreement, and we have 4 orders from their customers to store encryption keys in DNA. Now, secure data storage is a big, big market. But focusing on just small amounts of highly valuable data is more than $1 billion opportunity. Now, we are already on the market with DNA data storage as a service. But as mentioned, the big opportunity opens up once we scale our encoding capacity to reach 1 gigabyte per day, and then start selling our device as a standalone on-premise product. We can achieve this with our amazing team, led by Klemen, who's a serial entrepreneur with previous successful exit, Tjaša, an expert in DNA synthesis with over 65 publications, Luka, an EAC ambassador with 3 successful STEM ventures, Tom, professor at TU Eindhoven and with over 13,000 citations. He's the key opinion leader on DNA data storage in the world. I am head of business development, and I have previous experience in deep tech sales and go-to-market strategy. Now, we're looking for a 9 million seed round with a single goal: to scale our encoding capacity to reach 1 gigabyte per day and open that $1 billion market opportunity. I want to point out that we have a clean cap table, as so far we have been exclusively grant and self-financed. Thank you.
That's the applause you earned. That was a good one.
Thank you.
Now over to the jury. The questions start now.
Very exact timing in a pitch, great. Tell me where you are at technology state right now, what you have accomplished, and what you aim to be with this 9 million.
Yeah. So as mentioned, we can already handle the whole end-to-end process as we have validated with our customers. Right now, we are limited with the encoding capacity. So we can do roughly 100 kilobytes per day. That's why I mentioned that we are focusing on small amounts of highly valuable data, like encryption keys, passwords, cryptocurrency wallets. So we have commercial partners. So at first, we want to position ourselves as a technology providers, and through them start serving customers, as we already are. And then, our seed round is basically to scale our encoding capacity and then really make this a streamlined service.
What should be your business model? Like, how are you actually selling this?
So right now, as mentioned, with limited capacity, we envision basically DNA data storage as a service through our partners like data storage providers who have their own customers already. And we want to leverage their reputation and security and infrastructure to kind of build our credibility. The end goal is, as mentioned, basically transform our device into a standalone product and that we can sell, and then we have sell the device, then have a recurring revenue with consumables and bioreagents, and then also maintenance. So we have then multiple revenue streams down the line.
To piggyback on the previous question, is the encoding bottleneck solvable?
Yeah. So for this 1 gigabyte per day encoding capacity, we have a clear roadmap. We have independent systems that we have already tested that they work. Now it's just a matter of getting an investment, basically compiling them together, ensure that they work, connected. But then we have plans how to increase capacity beyond that. But that's for later stages.
The difference between 100 kilobytes and 1 gigabyte is quite a lot. You haven't mentioned a timeline. What's the timeline on that roadmap?
We plan to reach that in roughly two and a half years. It was also a big step to go from 0 kilobytes to 100 kilobytes. We've done that basically from scratch. So I think we have the team and the successful milestones already achieved. So we are comfortable with that.
What's the biggest competition or the hurdle towards getting there first and do a gigabyte a day? Because it sounds like you have everything. Great team, initial technology, 3 components moving into one. What keeps you up at night?
So we have other competitors. There are, let's say, 3 main competitors.
And very little time.
Very little time. Yeah, time is our biggest pressure. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry for stepping in there. Well done. Thank you very much. Best part of the job is interrupting smart people. No, it really is. I like that part. Good. Now, you've all made up your minds. Reminds me of Uno, like when I'm playing Uno with my 5-year-old. You're still looking at quite large cards and trying to figure them out. Have you all come up with a scoring? Can you see? Good. So please hold it up as soon as you have it. I'm going to read it out. We're going to have So this scoring is all of the scores up. You as well? Okay. So we have 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5. Don't flinch. You may breathe, however. Thumbs up. That was the first pitch. Thank you very much. Well done. Now that gave us a decent benchmark. Pretty good, pretty good. Time for the second pitch. Please welcome him on stage. Here he is. Give it up. So, the next team is called Ghosts. There you are. So, do you have the clicker? You have the clicker?
Yes.
Good. Your slides. And whenever you are ready, the stage is yours.
Hi, my name is Leander, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of anyconcept. Nowadays, every company who uses AI is called an AI company. And that is totally fine. We also use AI. But most importantly, we create AI. We are building our own foundation model, and we also test software without ever looking at a single line of code. If that sounds weird, good. Anthropic asked us, why on earth would you build your own foundation model? Our answer was this. GenAI is amazing at generating text, images, code. We all love it. Computer use agents are all right. You can book a restaurant table and stuff like this. But for the challenge for businesses is not, can it click? But can it repeat the same automation 1,000 times without deviation? That's why we're building our own foundation model. It's called the Vision Action Model, and it understands, like a human, the software interface, the user interface, and can interact with it. Our moat is 5 years of proprietary UI interaction data. We started our research in 2020 and are now building the world model for software interfaces, which is an AI category that just got validated by the largest seed round in European history. Our first application of our model is test automation. $50 billion is the market big, and still $40 billion, and 56% of the UI tests are still done manually, which is kind of sad, but we are here to help. This is our first product. It's called Ghosts. You simply demonstrate your test case. Our model understands it like a human, and Ghosts execute it. We are a team of 8, coming from AI research, product, growth, and development, and we are ready to scale. We started selling in 2025 and made this year already 30K revenue and have 80K booked for this year. It's not much, but it's honest work. We are now raising 2 million euros for our go-to-market of our product Ghosts, and also to provide our vision action model as API. Thank you very much.
Punktlandung. Right on there, the money.
Thanks.
Whenever you're ready, the Q&A starts now.
So what do you want to achieve with this seed round?
We want to push forward for a go-to-market. So we have customers, we know that our system works, and we want to scale that. And secondly, we also want to launch basically our second product, which is the use of our model via an API. So other companies, like even LLM providers, can use our technology to provide information about how the visual of a software interface is changing over time.
If I understood you correctly, you said you are building the platform for coding without the code, but the first application will be the testing, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
So what you use as a platform? On which platform you build this, your platform?
I don't think I quite understood the question.
So are you using Azure, Google Cloud, GCP, what, AWS, or even some other languages?
Yeah, we're using basically mainly Google Cloud for our AI training, and for the virtual machines we provide, where the test cases run, we use Azure.
Competition?
Yeah, competition. We have, like, from the testing perspective, there is a lot of different competition. We have open source tools, and we also have like paid tools. Open source tools would be something like Playwright. Paid tools would be something like Mabel or Tricentis. And all of them use code or use like the underlying code to identify user interface elements, and we only use pixels. And our goal is to emulate a human that looks at it, because it's a very because the user interfaces are built for humans, and humans understand it very differently than you can understand it from code perspective.
Of your you have 2 current users, correct?
Yeah.
Why are they? Tell me why they're using it, because I get that you're trying to simulate human users, but inherently in your model you're going to have bias, because not every single user, all of us as judging panels, are going to look at the interface and use it and interpret it in the same way. There's a lot of interpretation and bias in that. So what are your users getting out of this experience versus other traditional testing tools?
Yes. So you basically I would describe our USP, which is you don't need a coding experience to create software testing, automated software testing. Yeah.
And the rest is for the after party.
All righty.
Thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you.
Right that way, please. Thank you. Good, good. You're still getting the scoring sorted. If you have it, just stare at me that I know what's going on. To say awkward stuff, I enjoy that. You as well? Hook? Done? Yeah, good. That's a good stare. That's a good. Okay, good. So the final scoring for startup number 2 is, let's see, let's go. 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. Serious face, please. Wait. We got it? We got it. Good. Oh. What we do have to document it, right? We have to do this all, that it all has its form. Yeah, could be worse. Have you ever tried getting a damaged case repaired by Ryanair? That's hard work. That's a process, I tell you. I'm in the midst of it, and it's no fun. Anyway, those were 2 pitches. Let's move on to the 3rd pitch and welcome startup number 3 on stage. Welcome on stage. Good. That's your slides. You have the clicker, and whenever you are ready, the stage is yours.
Yeah. Good evening. I'm Jakub Lajmon, and I'm co-founder of Groundcom. In Groundcom, we have developed, we build, and operate ground stations. Ground stations are antennas which are necessary to control the satellites in space and get the data down on Earth so they can be used. Did you know that actually it still takes hours to get the data down from space, the typically imagery, even when we have invested billions of euros actually to have the satellites in space? And that's because for these companies who send the satellites, it's actually not viable to build the antennas around the globe to have their own infrastructure. So they need to share the antennas, and then actually they need to wait for actually having the time to get the data down. Our vision is actually to make the real-time normal. So what you know from a 90s sci-fi, when actually satellite is tracking some vehicles and some villains running away, that's actually what we are enabling. And we are doing so with our hardware, with our proprietary IPR, which we have developed to make the ground station very quick and cost-efficient to manufacture and very quick to deploy. And most of it, actually, it needs to be very cheap to operate. So like a little lower the operating expenses to really scale it. And that actually we are really unique in providing the model that we can build the infrastructure and provide a dedicated capacity. So really there is always the antenna for our customers waiting to get the data down whenever the image on a satellite is created. And that's thanks to actually our buffer and our unit economy for our hardware, which we developed as an operator. So it's not just the idea. We already have installation on multiple continents. We have stations on New Zealand, in Africa, in the Middle East, in Europe. We are opening the Chile. And our customers are Ministry of Defenses or like a big constellation, private customers, or big companies like Saudi Aramco, for example. And the customers which we are already onboarding and pulling from our competitors already are about to launch like a 300, 400 satellites, these contracts which we are already talking about, and it can bring us 6 million every year. Only the contracts we have already like on the table. And the market we are touching actually is like a really huge. You know, the addressable market is about to reach like 83 billion by 2030. And the segment which we are addressing is actually growing almost 20% every year. The thing which I'm most proud of is actually the team from around the globe, which I was able to actually like to have relocated to Central Europe. And there were people who were working for European Space Agency, they were integrating the satellites before, or leading the deep tech sales, international sales for deep tech companies. And our advisory board consists of people who actually have multiple exits, you know, in a space or deep tech field. And we are just onboarding the customers and looking for 4 million investment. Thank you.
On the dot. On the dot. Are you filming this?
No, I'm not.
That would have been an
you
amazing
would see that
video.
GDPR.
Yeah,
I would need to ask for the permission.
Yeah, you should have asked all of us. Anyone against him filming us? 100% agree. That would have been amazing. Cool, that's how you do market research, by the way. Anyone against it? Nope, good. Over to the jury. Your time starts now.
Hi, so how long is your sales process? Like how long does it take usually?
For selling the ground stations, it's actually like very quick because we have very short lead time, so it's very incomparable to other competitors. And for this big contract, it's almost like a 1.5 year. So actually, that's what we are like raising money to just like get this contract to be signed. Yeah, but then you have millions per year.
So you mentioned that you've got people switching from your competitors to you. What's your advantage over your competitors right now?
It's actually the combination of being the service provider and manufacturer, because there is actually like another company. There are like a strong competitors like in here in selling the hardware, which is actually the only way you can do right now, or sharing the hardware, the operators. So our biggest like a risk would be actually if some of the big players would merge, but thanks to M&A, what we analyzed, actually this is not possible anymore. So combination of these two expertise that we develop the hardware as an operator to lower the expenses, that's the 3-4 years we are ahead. If sometimes like someone starts to do it right now.
This is kind of similar to the last question, and excuse my ignorance, but so it wasn't clear to me from the presentation if what you're building is technologically superior, or it's just you've built a more efficient process to manufacture satellites. Is the 3 to 5 hours that the other legacy satellites, the delay that the companies have to deal with, just because there aren't enough? Or is it reduced because yours are technologically superior?
It's a combination. So based on the technology we have developed and the ways how we found actually how we can save the capex or the opex, enable us to actually have such a unit economy that we can provide this dedicated service, which is not possible with technology which you can right now buy off the market.
Cheaper and faster to manufacture, but not a superior satellite to your competitors.
No, right? Not with the communication parameters, because yeah, it's an improvement in actually how much does it cost to operate. So.
Other questions in 3, 2, 1.5, 1, and we are done. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Let's start with the investors Uno. Anyone still play Uno? I think you start when you have kids. Who of you plays Uno and does not have kids? It's an interesting way of having dialogue, right? You hungry today? Having a good time? How's the weather going to be tomorrow? I could do this all evening long. That's great. We've just developed a new language. It's AI. It's AI-driven stuff. Give me millions, please. Stuff. I need a company car. Let's start with the scoring now. Let's go. So we have 4, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 3, and a thumbs up from Jana. Thank you very much. And this is, of course, just 1/3 of the scoring. Don't forget that. After that, it's you scoring, and before that, we've also had the scoring of the semi-finals. 3 startups down, 2 to go. Let's meet startup number 4. Welcome on stage. Hi there. Hi. So, I see you have your clicker, your microphone. I don't know what that is.
That can save your life.
Good, that would be great. And there are your slides. So whenever you're ready, the stage is yours.
Hello, everybody. My name is Vlastio. I'm from Kardi AI. And what we are doing in Kardi AI, so this small package saved more than 300 lives in the last couple of months only in the Czech Republic. On the other hand, 11 people will die in the next 3 minutes due to the cardiovascular diseases. So what we are doing is we are fighting the biggest killer in the world, which are cardiovascular diseases. One of the biggest reasons of cardiovascular diseases are the cardiac arrhythmias. That means that your heart is not working in equal sequences, get tired, and collapsed. It's hard to catch them because they are coming unpredictably. And as well, if it's not catched in the early stage, it leads to the stroke, heart failure, and early onset of dementia. Currently, there is no product on the market which is doing long-term monitoring and detection of the heart arrhythmias. The potential in the 3 main areas is around 2 billion people with the potential of risk of cardiac arrhythmias. So that's why we in Kardi AI came with a solution which is combining the hardware and the software. It's a long-term monitoring of the ECG, anytime, anywhere, and detection of the cardiac arrhythmias. I'm measuring myself now, so I hope I will not end up here on the stage. We have 2 AI models in the software, in the mobile application, which are evaluating the measurement and sending the report within 5 minutes to you as a user, but as well to your doctor. We're communicating with the mobile application through the semaphore, green, yellow, orange. The orange is the most critical solution situation. Regarding the competition, we don't have a competitor for a long-term monitoring. The closest one is the Holter for 24 hours with only 3 to 5% of detection rate. We have 30% detection rate, so 6 to 10 times higher than anything what you will get in the hospital as a golden standard. This is why the cardiac arrhythmias, the long-term monitoring is important, because if you monitor like 3 months, you can catch 60% of the issues. We have MDR2A certification. It took us like 3 years. It was hell on the earth, but we can sell to the hospitals now. We're selling to the hospitals. We're selling to the direct users. After 7 months with the certification, we have more than 4,000 users, 40 hospitals, 150 cardiologists, 2 insurance companies are reimbursing us, and we done the revenue of 200,000 in the last year in 3 months. The next year is 1.5 million. And it's because of the expansion to Europe, Asia, in India, and Middle East. On Friday, we won the best global health tech startup out of 77,000 startups in the competition. The team is created around Tomáš Skala, professor of cardiology, 20 years of experience. And we are currently raising 5 million. We have committed 55% so far, and this 5 million will be mainly used for expansion and product development in future. So thank you very much.
And the time is up. Thank you. Dude, you were pushing hard. Good man.
I'm
Breathe.
Close to the end, you know.
Yeah, like a 5-minute pitch would have needed your product, huh?
This is like Series A pitch, you know, in 3 minutes.
Yeah, but it's like, don't die.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Good. It would be a real mess from the insurance point of view.
I have a good insurance, yeah.
No, then we're safe. Then it's okay. Then I don't mind. Over to you.
I have 2 very fast questions, if that's all right. Firstly, you mentioned your higher detection rate. Are you comparing against short-term monitoring in that study, or just against other long-term monitoring?
There is no other long-term monitoring. That's the point. So yes, we're comparing it to the short-term, and that's emphasizing the importance of the long-term monitoring. Yes. Because most of the devices or solutions you have are for 1 day or for 1 week. And arrhythmias are coming unpredictably. So in 1 day, you have no chance or low chance to detect it. So imagine what your watches with claiming that they can do ECG for 30 seconds, the detection rate is close to 0.
And the follow-up question, how much of your value in detection comes from the software versus the hardware? And is the hardware proprietary?
Hardware is third party, so we are belt agnostic. We're taking it from the third party. We're putting it together and we certify it as a package, as a medical device. But we can do also with other hardwares. The main point for us is the software, the evaluation of the ECG measurements, detection, and we have a unique AI model which is detecting the noise and artifacts, removing it from the measurement, that the doctor see only clean ECG measurements. So that's quite unique on the market.
I thought that you need 5 points on the body to actually take a good EEG.
You need only one.
You need only one?
This one.
It's over there.
Yeah.
So what does it say?
Because when you have 12-lead ECG, it scans your heart from a 3D perspective. But for heart arrhythmias, one lead ECG is okay because you need to know only the start at the end of the arrhythmia. And that's completely okay. That's based on the Cardiologic Society recommendation.
2A certification
we have
for
MDR
Europe?
2A, yes.
And do you have FDA? You didn't go to the United States? You just
Not yet. We are preparing for the FDA. It's completely different licensing process. So we done the freedom to operate analyze now, if there are some patents and all these things. So yeah, preparing for it.
Can you actually show us your app just to be sure that you're okay now?
Of course I can show you.
No, joking. Serious question.
Wait.
Oh,
my God.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
No, actually, he's cool as cucumber, like 60 ppm. How hard is to build this software?
It's hard because we build it from scratch, and we are actually building also predictive models. So nobody measure your heart in a long-term perspective. Everybody doing isolated scans for 1 day or for 1 week. We have my heart performance for last 3 years. So we know what will come if I will not change my habits. So it's super hard to actually create the model with the long-term data because you need to measure them.
The time is up. Thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dude, you got to tell us, what was his heart rate? Book? What was his heart rate?
60.
60?
Yeah.
I don't want to see him at 180 then.
It was between 60 and 200. I mean GDPR.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Because 60 would have been like, okay, wow, this is a... Okay, but I love it when people put their heart blood into something like that. Meant a lot. Obviously, good. GDPR is always a savior, isn't it? You can always say, don't GDPR. Good. Let's see your scoring. Ready, set, and lift it up high. 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 5. And a thumbs up from Jana. Well done. That was a good one. But breathing does help a lot when you're on stage, once in a while. Good. 4 startups down. 1 more to go. Let's welcome startup number 5 on stage. Welcome on stage. Good. You have the clicker, you have the microphone, and those are your slides. And whenever you are ready, the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jerne, and I want you to imagine that you are a sales manager at Wienerberger, and your job is to sell brick. To achieve this, you need to somehow find information about upcoming and active construction projects, which can be a very difficult and time-consuming task. And this isn't the only use case. Everyone in real estate requires this type of data. The construction sector is still very traditional and old school. Sales are passive and rely on inbound leads, and manual scouting for construction projects, which wastes a lot of resources. Now is the time for change, as data is becoming increasingly available. It can be interpreted and connected using AI, and companies are moving towards active sales. We place real estate opportunities at the center of sales, tracking them from purchase to permit to active construction, and then collect this data and provide it to various companies. We collect data from various sources, interpret it with AI, verify it with satellite imagery, and enrich it on-site. These are some examples of how real estate opportunities appear on our platform for our users. We currently operate in Slovenia, Croatia, and in Germany. Our monthly revenue has reached 26,000 with a 10x yearly growth and only 1% churn rate, so very happy customers. The real estate market is large, and based on our proven conversion rates, we can achieve a very high revenue on the global market. Competition exists, but we are unique in how we solve this issue. We are the only ones who offer complete coverage of construction projects, on-site data, and interpretation of everything combined in AI. Our business model is subscription-based. We have over 100 customers paying an average 2,000 annual subscription, which increases annually as we upsell new data and new tools. We expand to new markets very easily because we initially sell to our existing international clients, such as Knauf, Baumit, Wienerberger, Velux, and so on. Our team has 15 members, led by a team of founders with a proven track record in construction, real estate, and software development. Our business plan focuses on progressive global expansion and coverage. Our vision is a global AI-powered sales intelligence platform using the real estate cycle as opportunities. Thank you.
And thank you.
The real estate market is ripe for disruption and innovation, but the challenge with real estate, particularly in the US and large pockets of the US, is that data that you were talking about, a lot of it is still paper-based. Are you guys doing anything to help evolve those, or are you only targeting markets in which you know 100% of the data that you need is already digitized?
So every country has its own system of tracking and providing data, and we are able to find ways around in every scenario, right? So with the help of things like satellite imagery and on-site verification, we can work anywhere, right? And we have already tested the US and Germany and other big markets, so the opportunity is there and we're able to utilize it.
Then you said that it's easy for you to expand to other markets because of you work with the international clients, so to speak. But what about exactly this data acquisition? Like, isn't like on-site data verification actually sort of something that's preventing you from scaling fast?
It scales slightly slower, but we optimize this system more and more. We get data which is exclusive to us and very highly valuable to our users, so this is an important part and can be scaled easily. It doesn't require that many people, that much manual work, because we're optimizing it so much with other technologies. This is just one of the steps which provides quality data, but can be scaled easily with our apps and optimizations.
So 1,000 roughly per subscription per year. That's what I saw, I think, on the slide.
Yeah.
What's the value? You keep mentioning the extraordinary value that they get out of that 1,000. Are you underpricing it, and are you just a lead generator? Is that what you do typically?
No, we offer different subscription tiers to different users. So the larger companies pay significantly more than 2,000, which is the average. And some local small providers and installation services really just focus on their local area and get it for a cheaper price. That's why that's the average. But the larger companies can take entire packages, really full coverage, all the tools, right? And we're increasing the revenue from existing clients by 75% every year because of upsells and increasingly more data. So they're prepared to pay more and more.
Maribor?
This on-site verification, so basically you see that something is building and then somebody goes there and see what's going on and kind of confirm. I mean, would at that moment the thing that you need for building already ordered, or how does it help to your customer?
So this data that we get on site is exclusive, right? And you can't scrape it from the internet. You can't get it anywhere else. So when we provide this, this is one of the most valuable parts of our offer, right? And they utilize it very well for their sales process to be efficient and successful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. Right, this way, please. That was the fifth and final pitch. Let's take a look at the jury scoring one last time. Let's go. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 2, and 3, and a thumbs up from Jana. Thank you very much. Well done. Yeah, that was decent. Now it's your turn. Now we're going to shift over. She's smiling already. You're all smiles. I like that. That's great. You're happy. If you're happy, I'm happy. That's perfect. That's customer satisfaction right there. Good. Now what I'd like you to do is take out your phones. Good. Well, now, don't check your emails or anything. Now we're going to have a large QR code on screen. Like really large. Okay, we'll all do this together. Good, scan that. Good. And then you see what's happening. There, you get the opportunity to vote. You will now have, please pay attention, this is important. You will now have 3 minutes to rank all 5 finalists in the mobile app or on this site. You have to rank all of them in order to submit your results. Please rank the startups from 1st place to 5th place. 1st place for the startup you believe should win, 1 for winner, and 5th place for the weakest performer. So 1st place for the startup you believe should win, and 5th place for the weakest performer. Of course, if you have the order and go like, yeah, I'm not sure, you can also drag them up and or down, or you can unlock them. I'm hearing some people saying it doesn't work. Interesting, there's a blank screen. Do you know what you do? Then just use this. Just use the QR code. Ignore the app. Just do it via the QR code. Okay? Okay, I'm hearing already you have more than 100 votes, so please just refresh. We're seeing there's a couple of you with blank screens. Just refresh or just pay your phone bill. Sorry. No, just try it out. Just try it. You have 3 minutes for this process. So try it out. Use the order you would like to have. And once you have it, submit it. Good. While this is going on, if you're still experiencing problems, just please try and refresh it. Who of you is still having problems with it? Just raise your phone. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay, just refresh. Try it out. It's working for the others, so please try it again. Maybe try a different browser, and we'll get that fixed while you're doing it. From the order of magnitude, it seems to be working, so that's quite good. I like that. Good, you're still working away. Good. So again, we have 3 minutes for all of this process. Good. Now, Grace, what's your takeaway from the last pitches, the 5? What was it? What are you looking for? Use your phone. Use the microphone.
My takeaway?
Yeah. What do you think? What were you looking out for specifically?
Well, that's tough. These are a wide variety of solutions that we're looking for. That's always very difficult to judge based on that diversity of solutions being presented. But I think many of us are looking for clarity of the message. What are you really trying to solve for? What is the market? Who's your customer? What kind of traction do you really have? And I think some people did that a little bit better than others. So that's what, I took away from all of the pitches.
I'm curious, for me, when I train people to pitch, I always say a pitch is like a first date, where you establish, do you want to see someone again or not? So how is second date, Francois? When you see people and you're like, I think they're quite good, what do you look for on second date with founders?
I'll corroborate. This 3 minutes, there's only one purpose for all of you founders, is to get a bunch of people waiting for you saying, I've got 1,000 questions for you, because that is an amazing trigger. So aim at that. Obviously, you want to win the competition, but what really matters is to have a whole bunch of people. So trigger curiosity, don't push, don't sell, don't pitch. It's a pitch, but it's not really a pitch, it's a trigger. And I think this is what I look for in a great pitch, is how many people are going to want to know more and more and more.
And what's the first thing you want to know then if you meet them again? What is it you look for then on the second date, so to speak?
Well, it depends on what was not said or just insinuated. Some of them are hiding competition, classic. Most of you founders will have way too much about the product and not enough of the business. Remember, you're selling shares in a business, not in a product, so stay there. And then number 3, there's going to be stuff missing, like legal issues, IP issues, founders, possibly shitty shareholders that took half the company for 50K in the past and makes the company, renders them uninvestable, and the rest. There's plenty of stuff to verify.
Mm-hmm. What about you? What were you looking for right now? Yep, Nina.
Well, just the clarity, just to explain to somebody that's not, does not know the
Just one
product.
second. I'm hearing the vote is about to close. So if you haven't voted, go for it.
Yeah. You don't have like a deep knowledge about the product, and you have to understand what this is all about.
Mm-hmm. So you're also looking for domain knowledge, deep domain knowledge. I like that a lot. Cool. I'm hearing we're going to get the result any second. By the way, I have the funniest of titles. I have the title called The Pitch Professor, because I teach pitching. I was given that title in Austria. Funny thing is with that title, never thought about it, but there's regions in Europe where people pronounce the P's and the B's the same way. You never think about that until one day I was at a conference and I was about to hold a keynote on pitching. I'll do the P version. It's very important, pitching with a P. And it was announced because he's called the Pitch Professor. In the past 15 years, he's seen more than 10,000 pitches. And you walk on stage and go, I did what? So if you've never pitched before, pitching with a P, that's extremely important. Yes, it's like a first date, but at the end of the day, you're trying to do 2 things. You're trying to earn time, so see people again a little more, and build trust. And guess what? I'm just hearing over my magical in-ear that we have the results of the Slido voting. This means your opinion. That doesn't mean we have the winners, but it simply means we have 1/3 of the scoring. Do you want to see that? Oh, good. Look. Number 5 is REALTRACING from Slovenia. Number 4, Ghosts by anyconcept from Austria. Number 3, Groundcom from the Czech Republic. Number 2, Kardi, .ai. And number 1 from Slovenia, DATANA. Now, that's your esteemed opinion. Now, let's have a look. Again, that's 1/3 of it. It's 1/3 of it. Now let's have a look at some of the prizes that we'll be handing out for the winner of the Podim Pitching Competition. They will receive a growth package worth €20,000 designed to accelerate fundraising and international expansion. That means they'll have a spot at the fundraising bootcamp with the leading investor readiness program. It's been rated at 9.4 out of 10. That's spectacular. With alumni who've raised more than 600 million. It'll include one-on-one support, investor access, and live sessions with top mentors. Then there'll be a 3-day all-inclusive deep dive in Munich. I wonder what you'll be doing there. In one of Europe's leading tech hubs, including flights and accommodation for 2 team members, 10 curated investors and partner meetings, and full immersion in one of the world's most dynamic startup ecosystems. Then you'll also win the Bits and Bretzels Startup Exhibition Package offering access to one of Europe's leading startup festivals in Munich, where more than 7,500 founders, investors, and industry leaders will connect through curated networking, high-impact meetings, and the iconic Oktoberfest, a liquid networking experience. And that is an experience. I'll tell you one thing, I've seen it a few times. One of the wildest moments was seeing Jessica Alba with a mask. A mask is like these big-ass beer glasses, staring at it, and you should go like, that's a big glass. So yes, people like Jessica Alba downing beer, and you'll be one of them as well. Not saying she'll come, I'm just saying people like her. But she was there, it's crazy. And then CMS Equip was legal support for UK market entry. With CMS Equip, the winner gets practical execution-ready legal support for entering the UK market. And of course, the winner also receives a professional media package, including a 20-minute video interview and dedicated promotion designed to boost visibility and support investor PR and talented opportunities. Oh, good. Now, I'm hearing they've nearly got the results. Again, just let's have a look at the scoring again, just that you remember how it was. The final score is the sum of the 3 equally weighed components. We have the semi-final score that was pre-assessed based on a detailed expert valuation. You're aware of that. We have the final jury score, reflecting how compelling and convincing the startup is during the live pitch. And we have the final audience score based on your live rankings. Again, all from 1 to 5 points, 5 points being the highest, and the maximum total score is 15 points. Good. Now, for this, I would like to, before we announce the winner, I would like to ask someone to join me on stage. Of Boskwa Invest and Future 500, I would like to kindly ask me to join on stage Stjepan Oreskovic. Please welcome on stage. Please join me on stage. Hi there. Now, for this, good. Now, these are our 5. Where are you? There you are. Good. These are our 5. And now, let's look at the scores. We'll be displaying a sheet as of now. Now, we'll start with the final audience score. Now we're going to show them the final audience score. So we have 5 for DATANA, 4 for Kardi AI, Groundcom 3, Ghostus 2, and REALTRACING of Slovenia. Now, let's add the finals jury scoring as well, and you will see how the order might just change. And we're seeing that DATANA of Slovenia is currently at 10 points. Number 1, Kardi AI with 8 points, and number 2, Ghost and Groundcom equally at number 3, and REALTRACING last. And now we just have to add the semi-final score that'll be added now, which will help us also to find out who the final winner is. And the winner of the Podim Pitching Competition 2026 is... The winner is... I know you can all read, it's DATANA. Congratulations to the winner of the Podim 2026 competition. Where is DATANA? Join me on stage. Come along. Oh, you've got something. That's going to be fun traveling. Good. So where is DATANA? Join me on stage. Well, we do need the winner, right? Where's DATANA? There you are. Over there. Now. There you go. There it is. Now I'd like you to shuffle over a bit more to the center. Right this way, right this way, right this way. Watch the camera, people. Bit forward, 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 forward. And here is your applause for the Podim 2026 winner. And now for the next picture, I'd like to have Francois join me, Sasha from CMS, Mate from Podim, and Bernd of Bits and Brezels for one last winner's picture. That's going to suck on the overhead competition. So join me right this way, right this way. Hello, 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 hello. Good, good, good. Now, you'll have to arrange yourself to a picture. You'll have to get used to this. Now, stand in the middle. Look happy. Now, closer, 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 closer. And I want you to be as loud as possible. One last time. 3, 2, 1. Here's your applause. Hold it over your head. Good. I would just like to keep you on stage. Thank you all for facilitating this. Thank you very much. I need you for a quick second, and then you can talk about Oktoberfest. It's going to be fun. See, the beer hits harder than the other beer. Just be careful there. You're smart. Let's take a step forward. Tell us how you feel.
Yeah, a bit unreal. The first pitching competition that I won so far. Yeah, thanks. Thank you everyone from the jury to the public who voted for us. We are super excited about our project and glad to see that I managed to convey that excitement to others.
Now, who's the first one you're going to call?
My wife.
Your wife, good. And everyone's going, oh, that's good. And do you have any other team members with you?
No, unfortunately today I'm a sole rider because we had a really important client visit. So yeah, that's why I'm a sole rider here.
Dude, then you also got to call them after you called your wife, but I do like the priority. In that sense, congratulations to you for winning the Podim 2026 pitching competition. I would like to thank all of you for being so much fun. I would like to thank the sponsors, everyone who came along. I would like to thank the amazing jury. I would like to thank the team backstage who made it work.